I'm here to have a chat to you today about enterprise and the different areas that are available for you to support you on your journey. So I work for NatWest. My name's Ed Goldsack, and I work in the enterprise team within the business banking. So enterprise provides non-financial support to entrepreneurs and business owners that are looking to scale, grow, and develop their business. So we have all sorts of various programs that you can come along to for free, but this one today is specifically part of our Business Builder program, which is designed for entrepreneurs like yourselves who are looking to sort of understand that landscape a bit better and need that support that can give you that confidence to grow and scale within your environment. Just to get a bit of an understanding, who here has a business? Cool. Okay. Who here is thinking of starting one? Okay. Yeah. Bit of a nice mix. Well, one thing I'm going to let you know is it's a very scary journey. The reason being is because you don't feel like there's a lot of support out there. Okay. So when I went to school, when I finished school, it was like, right, you need to go and get a job or you go to university. It wasn't, I've got this great idea. I'm going to bring it to the world. I'm going to make it happen. There was no support for me. There was no support out there. But nowadays we recognize that the brains of the future are here in this room. And if you're given the right support, you have an opportunity to make some game-changing, change the world, essentially. Okay, so I grew up in Australia. When I left school, didn't know what I wanted to do. Unlike Chris, my parents didn't push me into university to go and do a degree. So I was like, oh, what am I going to do? So I started out as running around Sydney delivering chips they were called, to investor networks. That was good fitness, but it didn't get me anywhere. Then I went into deck handing on Sydney Harbour, pulling up boats, letting customers on. Got over that pretty quickly. Then I went into baking. Then I went into construction. So I've done loads of different things along the way. I then went into trying to start businesses, and that ended very, very quickly because with no support, and it's very, very difficult. But today, if you do want to catch up and talk about things that we can do to help, I am available to contact via email. I'm also on LinkedIn. Who uses LinkedIn? Only a few of you. Well, those that don't, and you're looking to start a business or get your name out there, Instagram's pretty cool, but LinkedIn is also a very, very good platform for you to talk about what you're doing within your business and get people to understand what it is that you actually have to offer. So today we're going to look at two things if we've got enough time. We're going to start with pitching. Okay. Those who have a business will know that the idea about pitching is really important. So we'll talk about the importance of it and where you might use it. We'll talk about the content rules, what to use, what not to use. So no acronyms, no technical speak that might put people off. Then we'll look at building a solid pitch structure. So 6 key features to include in your pitch and how you can integrate them into your pitch to make it smooth flowing. And then we'll look at some key techniques for delivering, because it is nervous. This content and everything that I'm talking about today is free for you to access on our Business Builder platform within NatWest. All of these bite-sized modules are there so that you can go on at any time, 24/7, and look at these different modules in your own time. Really, really helpful stuff. Really, really easy to access and free. And you don't need to be with NatWest, okay? So let's start off with when you might need a pitch. Anyone here know when you might need a pitch?
Pitching to investors.
Investors? Yeah, exactly. Marie, what was it? What was your name? Ella. So sorry, Ella. Alice. Today, for example, she needed a pitch today, or a part of it, or a segment of it. So yeah, investors, collaboration groups. Whether you even if you're at the pub, anytime where you've got an opportunity to talk about your business, you need to have a pitch. Now, as an entrepreneur, you've got so much going on. When someone asks you what you do, you're like, it all comes out wrong, and afterwards you think, why did I say that? So giving you a structure to a pitch allows you to pull different elements of that pitch out when you need it so that you can eloquently and concisely present your business to the audience. And it's not easy, let me tell you. It's something you need to work on, and it's something you need to practice. And when I've spoken to people who talk about public speaking, they say that effective pitching is one of the hardest skills to master. So it's something that if you're serious about growing your business, starting your business, or getting into that entrepreneurial space, pitching is one of the key foundations for you. Not only does it give you an opportunity to sell your business or talk about your business, but it helps you understand what you do. Because when you break down what it is that you're doing, there are so many different areas within your business that you think you're doing, but it's not until when you specifically break your business down into these key points that you understand what it actually is that you do. So let's start with the 3 key components. So we'll talk about content, what you should put into your pitch, the right things to say, ensuring that you're not dropping in too many acronyms or too much technical talk, because that you'll lose people. We'll talk about the structure. So there's 6 points that you should use within your pitch that you talk about. Now, if you think about a pitch, we call it a 60-second pitch. Now, 60 seconds goes very, very quickly. And if you think of these 6 areas that you're going to put into the pitch, you've only got about 10 seconds. It doesn't take long to use up 10 seconds. So 60-second pitching, elevator pitch, both mean the same. But if you watch Dragon's Den or anything like that, you'll see that they pitch generally for about 5 minutes. So we talk 60-second pitch, but obviously you can make it longer if you need, depending on your audience. But we're going to provide a little bit of structure for that. And then delivery, because that's really important also. If you're standing there reading your notes, not eye contact with the audience, you'll lose them pretty quickly. But if you're nervous, that's okay. People actually like seeing that. We're humans, and we all like understanding each other's journey. So if you see someone that's up there nervous, I've actually seen people pitching, and I was like, I really like them. Look how nervous they are. And you kind of warm to them. So if you feel nervous, don't worry. But pitching is a skill which over time you will develop, and your confidence will increase. So let's kick off with the content rules. Okay, so your pitch is something that you should be fully aware of. Okay, so you're telling a story about an area that you're the subject matter expert in. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're delivering all of the key components without drifting off or waffling too much. So you want to keep it simple. Okay, so you want to ensure that you're not using too many acronyms. So within the bank, so I'm what's called a local enterprise manager, but in the bank I'm called a LEM. I work with a regional enterprise manager, they're called a REM. My local director is called a RED, regional enterprise director. If I start saying, so I'm a LEM and I work with REMs and my boss is a RED, immediately you're like, what is he talking about? And you drift off. So there might be acronyms within your business, there might be technical words that are used within your business, but try and avoid them. Stick to the 5-year-old test, keep it simple. No advertising. Okay, you're not here trying to sell your product. In essence, you're trying to deliver your product and explain to the audience what your product is. So there might be people in the audience that maybe don't want your product, but they know someone who might. Okay? No abbreviations, similar to acronyms, and no jargon. So keep away from those sorts of things. You want to make sure that everyone in the audience, regardless of who they are or where they are from, are going to understand what you're pitching about. We have some banned words, and you can clearly see why you wouldn't want those words in your pitch. They immediately remove the confidence element. They make you think that you're not too sure about what you're doing. For example, if I said to you, oh, we're possibly looking at maybe growing our team in the future, but we're almost there and it could be done, immediately you're like, what's going on there? But if I simply said, we're a team of 2, but by January of next year, we're going to grow our team to 6, that immediately invokes confidence. That in the crowd, they're like, yeah, he knows what he's doing. They've got a clear path, clear vision. Okay, so avoid those words if you can. Not if you can, definitely avoid them. There's no real question of whether you should use them or not. So this is the structure that I'm talking about. So the pitch structure, so you've got your hook, your opportunity, team, and ask. So as you can see, 60-second pitch, 10 seconds on each, it's not much. Now, we talk about the hook, talk about the problem, solution, opportunity, team, and ask, you might not be confident in each of those sections, but don't miss out a section just because you're not sure about how to deliver it. There should be some substance in each of those areas. And if you stick to this and look at each of those areas carefully, you'll, without a doubt, have a nice, clear, solid pitch structure. Okay, so the hook, this is the first one. So this is where you go in with a bang. Okay, so you grab the audience's attention. Now, depending on your business ethos, I like comedy. So I like to go in with a comical start. But if your business isn't all about comedy and it's quite serious, then you might need to go in with statistics. Now, we run an accelerator program at NatWest. Our business is on there at the moment, does photography. And I love his pitch. I've heard it multiple times, but every time I laugh and I know exactly what he does headshots. So he opens up his pitch with, "Is your face losing you money?" And immediately you're like, well, what's he talking about? And then he finishes his pitch by, "So if you're interested, come and let me shoot you in the head." So he's using comedy there to sort of bring in the audience. So if you think about different ways to introduce that, sometimes if I'm doing a pitch, I'll start with, "Did you know 8 out of 10 businesses fail within the first 18 months? That's a whopping 80% crash and burn." Different ways of pulling in the audience, getting them in with a hook. You can use interesting statistics. I heard one that I liked with 552 million shampoo bottles are either stolen or thrown into industrial waste every year. That was a company that produced, so if you could know in hotels now, they don't have individual bottles. They've got larger bottles so that people don't steal and throw away their product. But the hook is really important. Also, the hook is not something you should worry about from the start. So when you're doing your pitch, don't sit down and start thinking, what am I going to say? What is this? The hook will come to you at the most random of times. You might be in the shower, drifting off to sleep, at the gym. Don't worry about the hook. It is important, but it will come to you later. So don't sit there and stew on that hook. The problem, okay, now, as entrepreneurs, we get excited about our solution, okay, forgetting about the problem that we're looking to solve. So it's really important to focus on the problem. Understand what the pain that you're looking to solve will be. What's your business doing differently than others? For example, superglue. It fixes things. Estate agents will take away the pain of you finding someone to move into your property or sell your property. Marketing companies, they help you grow your business, bring in extra customers. So what is it that you're actually doing that will take away the pain or give back with your solution? On that too, so think about, so if you're looking at going into, if you're a beautician, for example, there are loads of beauticians out there. There's lots of them out there, but what are you going to do differently? Okay, so why is your problem going to have a good solution? So where is the innovation and why is your business different? So this is the third part of your pitch. You've got your problem, but what solution have you got in place to fix that problem? Why should people buy it? Using an acronym there, what's the unique selling point? What solution have you got? Opportunity. So this is the market size. So when you look at your solution, your problem, what sort of market are you targeting? Is it a global product that you've got, or is it only a small area of business that you'll be looking to make your money from? And what traction to date have you got? What research have you done? Do you know that your business that your idea is going to be successful? And are there any risks within the market that you're going to have to be aware of? Whether that be environment, economy, those sorts of things. You need to think about that and explain it to the audience as well. Then we move on to team. So who's in your team? Who have you got involved in your business already? Are there any governments, investors? What people are interested in your business and what are they doing to help you at this stage? And what does the future of the team look like? You might be looking to grow your team. So they may be areas that you're looking to work on. And then finally, the ask. So why are you pitching today? What is it you need from the audience? What is it you're looking for? Are you looking for money for investment? Are you looking to grow your team? Are you looking to move areas, move countries? Whatever it is that you're looking to gain from your pitch, you have to have a clear ask at the end. So we'll bring back that there, the structure. You've got your hook, your problem, solution, opportunity, team, and ask. Now, if you haven't got a pitch, there's one thing that you can do if you're a NatWest, if you're a Apple user, iPhone user. We have got NatWest supply an app on there called NatWest Pitch. It's free, but you can download that and it gives you an opportunity to record your pitch. And then it also talks about the different sections within the pitch. So just simply go onto your iPhone and just type in NatWest Pitch and that'll come up for you. We have got a pitching event. Now, if you're thinking, God, this all sounds a bit intense, I need a little bit more understanding of how to pitch, and I'd like to see some people making a mistake or making themselves in front of doing the whole thing professionally. We've got an event on the 11th of October. It's free, again, and it's at the Harbourview Hotel. So there's a company called Southeast Angels, and they run, they're angel investors, so they provide investment to entrepreneurs. But they've been running this program all across the South, and it's finally coming to Southampton on the 11th. So it's at the Harbourview Hotel, free to come along. If you go onto my LinkedIn, there's all stuff about it on that. But if you are interested, just come up to me after this session. I can give you some details. But yeah, they're the areas that you need to focus on within your pitch. As I said, don't worry about the hook straight away. Really important to get the hook, but it will come to you later. But keep all of those in line, and definitely don't miss one out because you feel that there's nothing that you can say about that. If you stick to this, it will help you really understand what it is you're doing within your business and how you're going to bring it to the market. Probably the hardest part of your pitch, once you've got it all down to a fine art, is the delivery, okay? Because it is horrible standing in front of people and having them all stare at you, lean back, the odd yawn, head scratch. You have to sort of build that resilience to not worry about that. So the delivery is really difficult. And the most important thing for you is practice. Practice in front of your family, practice in front of your friends, practice just yourself in front of the mirror, okay? But if you're feeling nervous, be honest. Let the audience know that you're feeling a bit nervous. Oh, when I was doing this in the shower last night, it wasn't so bad. Now I feel a little bit exposed. Something comical. If you're not a comedy person, go in with a serious, I'm feeling really, but think about the delivery. And remember, it's not a performance. You're not up there to wow people with your dance moves. Have a big deep breath. Be yourself. Remember to smile, and that's really difficult. I'm always saying to myself before I go out and do a stand-up presentation, remember to smile, because I stand there with this serious face. So show a few teeth if you can. It's difficult. I'm trying to do it now. It's really not easy, but if you can smile, it does bring that audience into the conversation. And speak slowly. We have a tendency to race through things. If we're nervous, we'll speak as quickly as we can. Yeah, so this is what I do. It's a really good business. And again, you'll lose people. So slow it down. And it does help if you just sort of take a deep breath, look at the audience, remember they're your friends, and then start speaking nice and slowly. And then finally, body language. Okay, try and be open if you can. If you do need cards initially, that's okay, but make sure they're bullet points and you're not reading from the cards the whole time. But cards are quite okay, because if you've got key areas within your business that you don't want to forget, you might need those cards just to jolt your memory. But we're not going to do this today. But yeah, it is time to start writing your own pitch, essentially. So if you've got a business idea, even those that said they're thinking about maybe starting a business, thinking about that pitch and how you could write it will help you understand if your business idea is actually going to work, because it really does help you think about those different areas within the business. Start with a few bullet points. As I said, write the hook last, or if you can't think of it straight away, record yourself with the new pitch. If you download that app, NatWest Pitch app, which is free, that gives you an opportunity to record yourself. Sounds horrible when you hear your voice backwards, but it does help hear the pitch. And then if anyone uses Facebook anymore, there is that option there to share in the business, build a Facebook group.